The following program is video supplemental instruction. VSI is brought to you by the Teaching Center, UF's Learning Support Center, www.teachingcenter.ufl.edu.
Okay, so number 9 is testing how to do translations to a particular graph. So we're told that f of x is absolute value of x, and you can see from the graph that it looks like that shape. Which function below best represents the given graph? So what we want to do is think about absolute value of x and what we had to do to it to get it to its current state. So let me graph what we see there real quick. So we have the apex, or let's see, we cross the x-axis at 1 and 5. The apex of the graph is at 0.32. And we're going like that. So remember that your normal absolute value graph looks like a V shape with the point at 0. So first of all, this is certainly flipped upside down because our graph is going down instead of up. So we have vertical reflection because our graph is upside down. What else do we have? We have, remember that the point of the graph is normally at the origin, and even if you flip it upside down, it would still be at the origin. What else do we have? We're shifted 1, 2, 3 to the right, and we're shifted 2 up. So we have shift 3 right, and we have a shift 2 up. So the important thing to note is that the order in which I wrote it here is actually important, because if you shifted it up first and then reflected, the graph would have moved. So it's important that in thinking about it how we did here, that you did the reflection first, because then the shifts afterwards you don't have to kind of take into account what you might have done. So our normal function was f of x. Let's do all of these things to it and see what happens. If you do a vertical reflection, that means you change f of x into negative f of x. You put a negative in front of your f. That means take all the y values, make them the opposite of what they are. That's what flipping upside down means. Shifting 3 to the right. When you shift right or left, that means you replace the x with an x plus or minus something. When you shift to the right, it's going to be x minus that, and we're going 3. So we replace x with x minus 3. And finally, shifting 2 up, that means you just tack on a plus 2 after everything else. So our graph, our correct answer should look something like that. Of course, it could be written in slightly a different order. And if you look, this is actually answer choice A. It's written like this with the 2 in front. But that's the same thing. So that, assuming f of x is absolute value of x, would make a graph that looks just like that one.
The Teaching Center, UF's Learning Support Center, www.teachingcenter.ufl.edu.